Hey guys, welcome to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in. I wanted to come on here and review some makeup from the Urban Decay and KRISTEN Leanne collaboration. This collection is actually quite large. They have a variety of products. You have two eyeshadow palettes, you have a highlighter palette, you have three lipsticks in the traditional bullet form. And then you have three more lipsticks, I think, or at least two liquid lipsticks. I'm not sure if it's two or three shades, but there's also the liquid lipstick option, and then they also have the one shade, one full size eyeshadow. I think it's an Urban Decay exclusive, their website, I'm not sure. But anyways, I picked up three items. I obviously had to pick up the Kaleidoscope eyeshadow palette. It is so beautiful. A lot of people do not like the layout of the palette. In fact, they were like, one of the reasons the reasons that they cited for not picking up this palette is just the layout, but I absolutely love it. Just the background looks like, I don't know what it is exactly, but it reminds me of like an old newspaper, like a very black and white and gray. And then I really like this organized chaos going on. You might not agree, you could just call it chaos, but I really like the how they arranged the shades. I like the shades that come after one another, so that's why I'm calling it organized chaos. They have arranged it in some manner. I really like how the rows, or the so-called rows, because there's no row going on here. You have one definite row here and then one definite row at the bottom, but in between there's just I don't know, something going on there. So I do like the layout. Definitely, I'm a fan. I do appreciate it. I like the creativity that went into it. I do like it. So this is the Kaleidoscope eyeshadow palette, and this retails for $39, and you get 11 colors in here. There are only 10 pans, but this pan, as you can see, it's like a split pan, one shade. You have two shades here, and it might look like a single pan, but each half contains a full-size eyeshadow. So you get two full-size eyeshadow in this particular pan. This half is like 0.05 ounce of product, and then the other half is 0.05 ounce of product. So you get two full-size eyeshadows in just this pan. So you do get a lot of product. The smallest pan is this one. You do not get a lot of product in this one. It's like only half a gram, 0.01 ounce of product. I wouldn't even consider that a mini eyeshadow. That's like a sample, guys. You don't get a lot in this particular color, this lime green. I think this split pan eyeshadow and the gold is where you get the most amount of product. Both pans carry this pan carries 3 grams, and this one carries 0.05 ounce. Oh wait, I'm saying it in different measurements. So this is 1.5 gram and this is 3 grams of product. So you get 3 full-size eyeshadows in just these two pans. And then the next one would be the larger rectangles, which contain 0.04 ounce of product. So that's the next smallest one after the circular pans. So these four, the teal, the blue, the purple, and this kind of peachy bronze color, these four contain 0.04 ounce of product, the next smallest. And then the next smallest would be, after that, would be the black eyeshadow, the matte eyeshadow. I think it contains, hang on, I'm not sure exactly. It's, what is the black called? 13th floor. I think you get, where are you, 13th floor? Oh yeah, you get 0.03 ounce of product. So the rectangular pans, you get 0.04 ounce of product, and the circular pans 0.05, and this is 0.03 ounce of product, tiny bit less. And then the next smallest one would be these two square pans, where I think you get 0.02 ounce of product. Yeah, I think you get 0.02, that's right. The hot pink and the orange matte eyeshadow, you get 0.02 ounce of product, and last but not least 0.01. It's all in perfect descending order. 0.05 ounce of product, and these 4.04 ounce of product, these two 0.03 ounce of product. Oh wait, this 0.03 ounce of product, the black, and then these two is 0.02 ounce of product, and this one is 0.01 ounce of product. So the quantity you get actually differs anywhere between 3 grams, this is 3 grams, to half a gram. So this is half a gram. So that's pretty much how much you get. And $39. And this is not exclusive to any retailer, I think. Let me quickly check that. If it probably isn't, because I did see it. Oh yeah, it just says it's limited edition. It's not an online exclusive. You can definitely find these in stores, and it's not exclusive to any particular retailer. So let's get swatching, guys. Oh, before I move on to the eyeshadow palette, let's quickly look at the lipstick. I already swatched it. This is a shade, a magenta purple shade. Really beautiful, one swipe pigmentation, not streaky in the least. It's so comfortable. In fact, I feel this is more creamier than all of the other comfort matte finishes they already have in the permanent line. It's incredibly creamy and really comfortable. It does have that tiny bit of slip because the comfort matte, meaning it has a lot of silicone in it, so definitely there's a good slip there, slip on the lips, but it's not to the point that it like feathers or bleeds or anything like that. And that tiny bit of shine, I think contributed by silicone, like wears off like in an hour's time. So yeah, that's the review in a gist. This is a really good lipstick. If you love colors, and if you love colors like this, definitely pick it up. I think that it might be a dupe for Kat Von D's Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in LUV. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting from the shade, like a magenta purple shade. Really beautiful. All right, let's get into the swatches. And where is this made? The eyeshadow palette. The eyeshadow palette is bulk made in the USA with US and or imported ingredients, and it's assembled in the Dominican Republic. And it does, as always, comes with an dual-ended eyeshadow brush, and the brush is made in China. It does come with a mirror. It's actually a good size mirror, and it says "Stay Golden" on the mirror. So let's watch the top row. So this is Spitfire. It is a duochrome, as you can see, like hot pink to like lavender, not lavender, like a purple, like a very light purple. The consistency is not too dense. It's thin, but actually it's completely opaque. It's a really good shadow. And then that is Spitfire. Then next is Stay Golden. That is a gold. I know that a very intense, extremely yellow gold is more trendy at the moment, but this is not that kind of a gold actually. It's just your usual wearable, like very not too intense gold. It is metallic actually, so that the finish is definitely on the intense side, but the actual color is not too yellow, or not too like a yellow green. It's just your standard like gold color. So yeah, that is Stay Gold. And then Tajin, as you can see, it's a pretty damn pigmented. It's really nice. It kind of got mixed with the lipstick, but it's a flat matte finish, no glitter sprinkled over or anything like that. Actually, it's very pigmented, guys, and it blends by itself. As I'm applying the shade in the crease, it just blended by itself. I'm really impressed with the mattes, both the orange and the black. It's really beautiful. It blends beautiful. Both mattes are actually fantastic. But I have to say, I use this as a transition, which is a little bit above my actual crease, and I think you can see a little bit of orange here. I have to say, I think it's been like 6 hours now since I had this makeup on. I'm seeing a lot of fading. I had orange all over here, just above the crease, and I don't see it at all. And it has faded a little bit, although it was crazy pigmented, and it blended beautifully. It has, I'm seeing fading in 6 hours. So yeah, that's Teijin. And then LCW. It is, you'd see this color and this color in a lot of Urban Decay palettes. This is, oh, as always, Urban Decay puts in a crazy pigmented, metallic, full-on opaque teal shade, and that's how this is. It's very, very pigmented. You need the tiniest bit, and it's really pops. It's such a vibrant, beautiful teal color. And that is called LCW. And then this is TRM. TRM is such, do you see how rich and beautiful it is, guys? It's again a beautifully pigmented, intense, crazy intense shade. I wouldn't say it's too metallic. It's like a satin shade actually. This is more metallic, I would say, than this. Actually, the gold is the most metallic one you'd see. So that is that. Leo, let's watch. This is Leo and this is Brixton. Let's watch Leo. I'm not a huge fan of transformative color or transformation eyeshadows, but do you see how beautiful it is? It is nothing like those transformative eyeshadows that Urban Decay put out in the Distortion palette. They were not that good at all. This is incredible, guys. This is, it reminded me of those colors that you see in the Kat Von D's Alchemist holographic palette. That's how amazing this is. The Leo shade is actually very, very, very intense, and it pops, just makes any eyeshadow underneath pop. Doesn't have to be a black or doesn't have to be a brown or anything. Whatever you put underneath it, it just, you apply this tiniest bit on top of your eyeshadow and it just brightens it like a lot. So that is Leo, which is like an intense green, like a mint green maybe. I don't know, guys. And then Brixton is like, I don't know. It looks white. And it also looks white. I mean, it looks white in the pan, but also looks white on me. With a little bit of green and pink shift. I think now you can see in the video as when I shear it out a little bit and I'm moving my arms, it kind of, you can see that green and pink, but on the eyes it just looks white. That this is the Brixton is the shade I have as an inner corner highlight, and it doesn't really translate into a greenish pink kind of a transformative color. It might look like that on a lighter skin tone or medium skin tone, I'm not sure, but on my skin tone it just looks kind of white now, you know, because it's kind of sheared out. As I'm swatching it, you can see it, but I don't know, on the eyes it didn't really translate into like a green or a pink, but it is very transformative. It brightens any eyeshadow that you lay underneath it, but it doesn't like transform it into that. This one transforms any eyeshadow to a hint of green. It brightens it and gives a hint of green to it, but this just brightens it because it kind of looks white. Then Lime Time is actually very, very intense, guys. It's not crumbly. It doesn't like, it's not like sheer. It doesn't sheer out as I'm applying the eyeshadows or anything. It just applies so effortlessly on the eyes, no problem whatsoever. Lime Time. Then let's move on to 13th Floor, which is the matte black. Urban Decay always puts this eyeshadow black out. I think it's, if there's a black eyeshadow in an eyeshadow palette, it has to be black out, but I think it's called blackout, I'm not sure, but this probably looks like a whole new eyeshadow. So this of course looks very intense, but if you just use it on the eyes, it gives a kind of a soft black look, so you can definitely build it up, and it also blends very, very well. No problems whatsoever with the 13th Floor. And then finally, oh, not finally, this is oh wait, it's called Dye, I'm sorry. Dye actually feels very dry when I'm swatching it, and also as you can see, finger swatch actually does not look that good, but just pick it up in the brush and it's completely opaque. With a primer it is opaque, without a primer it's opaque. In fact, all of these eyeshadows in the Kaleidoscope palette, Kaleidoscope Dream palette, all of them are actually work with or without a primer. I'm talking about the opacity and the pigmentation and the intensity of the pigment. Not about lasting power. Obviously, it depends on your skin type, whether you have oily lids or not. But with primer, without primer, the intensity and the pigmentation is really, really good for all of the eyeshadows. So the eyeshadow dye is actually, don't mistake it, in case you see it in stores and when you swatch it, if it feels very dry, don't mistake it to be a not so good color. It actually is completely pigmented when you pick it up in a brush, or even pick it up with your finger and apply it on your eyes. This is the color I have in the inner and the outer corner of my eyelids today. And then Corona is like your standard, I don't know, like this peachy bronze kind of color. So out of all the shades, I would say you'd see the Spitfire shade, the teal shade, and this peachy bronze shade very, very often in all of Urban Decay's palettes. These, you know, they're very, very easy. They constantly reoccur in palettes. But the rest, I feel they are really, really good. And unique, I would say. Good. I think all of the shades are really good, but just they're kind of unique. So those are the shades. I'm going to stop talking and stop talking about the colors and start talking about the performance and everything. As I said, you guys, the pigmentation and the intensity and the opacity wise, they are all completely 100% pigmented, and the pigmentation is strong there with or without a primer. And oh wait, in the center of the lids I have Lime Time, and then I just applied a little bit of Leo just there to give that spotlight effect, and I think it really, really stands out. The black is there, it hasn't faded away. The black eyeshadow, I've just used it just in the crease to just give that depth and dimension to the eyeshadow. It's still there, it hasn't gone anywhere, but the orange matte is kind of faded away. So that's the only tiny downside I see, that this has kind of faded away. But otherwise, all of them are intensely pigmented. They perform well. The mattes are actually fantastic. I did not see it coming that, I don't know, the mattes that I've seen in Urban Decay's palettes, you know, Vice palettes and other palettes, I don't know, I would have to do a lot of blending. But these two, the orange and the black, they just blended so easily. The orange especially, as I'm applying, it just blended beautifully. There's no problems whatsoever. And I really like this brush, this blending side. This was kind of stiffer, the smaller end, but this is really, really good as well. So all in all, I think the palette is a hit. If you like colors, you would really, really love the palette. Don't be thrown off by how chaotic it looks. I think the colors, the quality is fantastic, guys. Really, really, really good. I cannot recommend this palette enough. It's very nice. So what else? I think that's it. That's it about the palette. Let's move on to the Beauty Beam Highlight Palette. Actually, this retails for $34, and this is also made in the USA with US or imported ingredients. And you get 10.98 grams. We could round it out to 11 grams, and this retails for $34. So for 11 grams, $34 is a really, really good price. It does come with a mirror as well, and it also says Stay Gold. And I was a little skeptical when I saw the colors and swatches and everything, but I really wanted to see how it performed and whether it's really, you know, it might suit, all of the colors might suit my skin tone. So I just wanted to give it a try, but I was a little skeptical about it because from what I've seen, Urban Decay's highlighter formula is very dense, very creamy, very finely milled, kind of an eyeshadow kind of a formula. It's like a powder formula, obviously. So when I apply it on the cheeks, it kind of you can tell I have product on. You can tell I have like a, not like a streak. Even if I blend it out, you can tell I have powder on the top of my cheekbone. So so it's not my most favorite formula, although the formula is good. This kind of a dense, creamy, intense, like an eyeshadow formula is not the best formula for a highlighter, according to me, just for on my skin. So anyways, let's get swatching. This is a darker shade. All of them are like gold toned highlighters. There's no variation in like their actual colors. Well, they are different because they are light, medium, and a little bit darker, but the color family is the same. This is the color I have. This is the shade I have on the tops of the cheekbones, and then just in the apples of the cheek, I have the lightest shade. I have this just here and here, but all the way over here and here, and also on the forehead, and also in the brow bone, I have the darkest shade. And then the center shade is the lightest one. It's like a champagne shade. This, no doubt, no ifs or buts, it does give me a white cast, like a strong white cast. So if you have my skin tone, it'd be hard to use this particular color. Even with one sweep across the cheeks, I feel since it is so dense and very, very pigmented, as you can see, do you see it's almost opaque? It's almost an opaque highlighter. So since it is so opaque, it will leave a white cast if you have dark skin. And then the mid-tone kind of gold. Actually, the mid-tone kind of gold does not leave a white cast that much. It's actually good. You can definitely use this as well, the mid-tone highlighter, mid-tone gold highlighter, even if you have dark skin. It shouldn't present too much of a problem, but this will. So if you want to mix this with these two, you can do it because this is definitely darker. Mixing these two would maybe leave a little bit of white cast because this is definitely the lighter side. Mixing the darkest and the lightest shade might, like, you know, help you use the lightest shade that way. Or you could even like use the lighter shade as accent shades, like inner corner highlight and the brow bone, or just use it in the apples of your cheeks just to like brighten your cheekbones. You can do that. But I feel when I mix these two colors, I got this color. So I don't know, if I sweep all the colors together, I got this color. So it feels like I have 11 grams of this color, so, and this color as well. So I don't know, I'm not like it's a good product. It's a really good value for money, incredibly good value for money. But I feel they could have included like a rose gold color or like a bronze color. I wish the mid-tone were a rose gold color and the dark one was like a rich bronze color. You know what I mean? That way you'd be able to balance out. You could mix the bronze and the rose gold, or you can mix the bronze and the like this very pale gold. I wish they weren't all the same color family, that all of them are like this. So you can see this is definitely still a pale gold. It's not like too rich in color. So yeah, and I think I spoke about the lipstick. So those are the products that I picked up from Urban Decay, and I'm extremely happy with the eyeshadow palette, guys. It's really good. There is also another eyeshadow palette. It's like 4 or 5 colors. They're all neutral colors, like peachy colors, brown colors, or something like that. So I don't know about, I don't remember watching a review on that palette. So if you're interested, definitely check out other videos where you can see reviews on that particular palette. But I'm very, very happy with the colors. I honestly feel that they have tweaked the formula somehow in this palette. The metallic eyeshadows are not crumbly. In fact, this color, it doesn't even have a lot of shine to it. And it's also on the deeper side. You could even use this blue color in the outer corner and also in the crease to give that extreme bright pop of color. Also, one tiny feedback on the eyeshadow palette I feel is that these two colors are more like accent shades. You can most definitely use it completely on the eyes, like completely on the eyelid without any problems or anything. But I feel they could have given the mattes, they could have allocated both the mattes to the largest sized pans instead of like a medium and like a mini pan. This is smaller than the black one. The orange is 0.01 ounce smaller than the black one. So I wish they had given these two pans, the large pans for the mattes. And this is definitely, although you can use it all across your eyelids, it's like usually colors like this are marketed as accent shades, just at the high, just at the, I use as a spotlight kind of a look, or just in the as like an halo eyeshadow look, or in the inner corners or something like that. So I wish they had switched these two. And of course gold is like, it's not a crazy gold, it's like very like a mid-tone yellow gold, but you know, I wish they had switched and give us large pans for the mattes and smaller pans for the metallics. Especially, it was kind of, it was like a standout kind of a thing for me. Why did they give such large pans for accent shades? I don't know. But anyways, regardless, it's really high quality. Nothing like the transformative eyeshadows that Urban Decay put out in the distortion palette. These are really good. These remind me of the quality in the Kat Von D's Alchemist holographic palette. They are that good and that transformative, and they're really, really good, guys. I really like them. So all in all, the eyeshadow palette is a hit for me, and the lipsticks also a hit. The highlighter palette, I don't know. I wish they had done different colors in there. The champagne and rose gold and a bronze would have been like absolutely perfect. But yeah, anyways, that's it, you guys. I think we've come to the end of this video. All of the products are limited edition. They're not exclusive to any particular retailer, or it's not online exclusive or anything. You can find these. I think being especially a collaboration, they try to stock the products as much as possible across wherever Urban Decay is sold, so you shouldn't have any problems getting your hands on these products. I really, if you love colors, I highly recommend the eyeshadow palette. Even if you like colors, definitely give it a try, see how it works out, because none of the metallics are crumbly or sheer or anything with a primer. In fact, I was surprised that all of the products without an exception worked well even without a primer. The pigmentation was really good. So highly recommend the eyeshadow palette, guys, the Kaleidoscope Dream eyeshadow palette. That's it, you guys. We've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys found this video useful. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked watching it, and please subscribe. Bye.